r/AskReddit. Men of Reddit. What is something we can all agree on? Nods head. Nods back. Cracks open beer. That women's skin feels so smooth compared to ours. Women have more subcutaneous fat than men, which is why they tend to feel a little smoother and softer. I'm never telling her this. There is something incredibly relieving about taking that awkward lunge to the side to unstick your balls. The worst are people who try to shame you for it. I didn't choose my saggy, moist physiology. Saggy, moist physiology. My 12-year-old son is looking for a name for his new band. The split stream is annoying as duck. I had an impressive tree stream the other day. I was equally amazed as I was furious. Edit. Well, this blew up. In a similar vein, have you ever experienced the notorious hard left to hard right stream? Those suck ass too. I can just imagine the amazement followed by the anger. Whoa, duck that shit. That guy you met once and got along with will always be your mate, even if you never see each other again. I once met a guy in a concert, Rhapsody of Fire, power metal band. He was a cool dude. Months later, I saw him in a club I used to go. Fast forward some months, in a Rammstein concert, which is weird, cause it was in stadium, with 40,000 other people, then in an Opeth concert, and also many times in the street. Never knew his name. We are not even from the same town. It's always in unexpected places, but he is my bro for life. Edit. Club instead of disco. Open bracket. Sorry, James Brown. You are not cool anymore. There's a guy, Eric I think. Met him at a party when he told someone to get off my motorcycle. I just gave him a nod and said good looking out. 2 months later in a bar, this a-hole grabs my friend's tit. I stand toe to toe with this big ducker and start screaming at him. And I look to my left, and who's standing there ready to jump in? Eric. Bouncers bounced the a-hole. We got some beers. Haven't seen him since. But if I see him about to jump on someone, I'll be right behind. Just because I have a boner doesn't mean I'm horny. My wife gives me boner inspections when I get home from work to check if I have a boner. If I do, she slaps it. If I don't, I get to eat at the table. Sounds like an interesting dynamic you two have. That we give a lot more compliments than we receive. If somebody compliments me, I'm replaying that in my head all day. I even remember compliments from years ago. Thanks for telling me I was a good drawer in 3rd grade. Girl from my art class. Even as a straight guy, I think gay guys are the best because they're not scared to give a compliment, and no matter who it is, a compliment is so nice. A very flamboyant guy recently told me I could pull off a convincing Benedict Cumberbatch. While I don't agree in the least, it has stuck with me for a week now and I still get a smile out of it. Gay guys really are the best. If only I could learn to love the D. The word dude has something like 150 different meanings. Dude equals you can't be serious. Dude equals that's epic. Dude equals whoa, pretty nice. Dude equals did you seriously just do that? Dude equals I'm serious. Back off, man. Dude, open bracket, M equals referring to a guy. Dude, open bracket, F equals referring to a girl. Dude equals E, knock it off. Dude equals things are about to get real. Dude equals the speaker is a prinny. Dude equals pay attention, because this is important. Peeing after ejaculation is an odd sensation. I refer to it as clearing the pipes. Edit. My highest upvoted comment is about dongs. Thank you everyone that made this happen. I refer to it as searing the pipes. It burns. Edit. Thanks for the concern folks, but pretty sure it's not an STD. Been married for a long time. Nyak. This phenomenon only occurs with an explosive ejaculation that was preceded by a small period of abstinence. Urethra just a little sensitive. Never thought I'd have a 1K comment. If you see a bro with his zipper down, it's common courtesy to tell him quietly, unless he's a true bro and you're out with true bros, in which case it's acceptable to loudly point it out. Edit. Yes, you can zip it up for them. Just give it a goodnight kiss first. If you really wanna be a true bro, zip that shit up for him. Do not break eye contact, and a slight smirk is acceptable. For bonus points, Quietly say sorry, forgot this as you do it. Attacking someone in the groin is only for life or death situations, and nunchuck is not to be used lightly in a fight. What's amazing to me is that this seems almost instinctive. I've witnessed countless bar brawls and where guys were seriously injured each other to the point of getting permanent brain damage, and yet the knee to the groin move is almost never used. Because once that line is crossed there is no going back. Every man will wince when they see another guy get hit in the balls. Edit. 51. No matter what it is somebody's fetish. No exceptions. Yes, I know ball busting is a fetish. Everything is someone's fetish. Edit. Well shit. Thanks for making my top comment about being kicked in the balls. Almost always follows by an involuntary woo sound. It's like a reflex when seeing another dude get hit there. I winced reading this. 2 jeans and 128 t-shirts. That's all we need. Also, only 1 pair of shoes please. It takes me a good few minutes to decide. Now I just put on the one I originally chose. That we all hate the guy who violates the urinal code. Also, don't be the guy who moans at the urinal like he's getting blown by a porn star. We get it. You drank 11 beers and it feels amazing pissing it out. But keep that shit to yourself. This type generally has the talker characteristic. Being able to pee anywhere and easily is awesome and thankfully time efficient. Until you get a public urination ticket for peeing in an alley by a Thai restaurant. Seriously officer, it was pitch black and unless you were looking for my wiener you wouldn't have seen it. My uncle's a retired law professor and he used to tell a story about a guy being arrested and charged with indecent exposure after a police officer saw him acting shady, shined his light on him and realized he was pissing in public. Buddy defended himself by claiming that if the officer had to shine his light on him to see what he was going on, then he wasn't exposing himself indecently or otherwise. The judge agreed. Case dismissed. Boobs are good. Homo here. Still agree. Be here. Also agree. There's a stigma against men expressing emotions. We cry. Sometimes. Especially if your strap-on is too big. R/unexpected. Especially if your strap-on is too big, colon. A fellow will remember a lot of things you wouldn't think he'd remember. You take me. One day, back in 1896, I was crossing over to Jersey on the ferry, and as we pulled out, there was another ferry pulling in, and on it there was a girl waiting to get off. A white dress she had on. She was carrying a white parasol. I only saw her for 1 second. She didn't see me at all. But I bet a month hasn't gone by since that I haven't thought of that girl. Mr. Bernstein. Citizen Kane. Every guy has a girl like this in their life. Edit. Thanks for sharing all of your stories. I've read each and every one of them. It's great. Curly. I was driving a herd across the Panhandle, Texas. Passed near this little dirt farm round about sundown. Out in the field was this young woman working in the dirt. Just about then she stood up to stretch her back. She was wearing a little cotton dress and the setting sun was right behind her showing the shape God had given her. Mitch, what happened? Curly, I just turned around and rode away. Mitch, why? Curly, I figured it wasn't going to get any better than that. Mitch, yeah, but you could have been, you know, with her. Curly, I've been with lots of women. Mitch, yeah, but, you know, she could have been the love of your life. Curly, she is. When I was 16 I went on a class trip to Paris. The plane landed late at night and we were all exhausted but giddy with excitement. For many of us it was our first trip without our parents. And in Europe no less. As we waited for our tour bus to fill up and leave we began yucking it up with the buses parked next to us. Making faces and gestures. Whatever. For a brief moment I caught the eye of a girl roughly my age give or take a few years in another tour group. She was gorgeous. I blew her a kiss. She was taken aback. I saw her gasp and her eyes went wide and she touched her heart as though it were the sweetest most romantic thing that had ever happened to her at that point. She kissed her fingers and touched the window. And then the bus pulled away as we waved goodbye to each other. Nearly 20 years later I still think about her. From time to time. If a man nods, you damn better nod back. I don't know when I started but when I'm out and make eye contact with other guys I just nod all the time now. Sometimes they nod back. Sometimes they don't. Feels better when they do though. A nice warm feeling, right? We wish we got more compliments. Just out of curiosity, what could be the reason of a guy completely ignoring the compliment that I gave him? Because that happens a lot, and I usually enjoy giving compliments to a guy I like. It's not ignored, it's just not reacted to, he's replaying it in his head. Pinch and roll is a great sack scratching technique. God damn it, yes. An alternative is the downward back nail skin stretch scratch. We'll post diagrams if necessary. Edit. I leave this alone for a few hours and look what happens. I'm not able to draw a picture and post it, so I'll explain it the way I explained it to my wife. Imagine there is a towel on a hardwood floor. The towel is attached to the floor at one end. If you were to scratch it the same way you scratch your arm or leg, i.e., a back and forth motion, the towel would stay attached to your fingers and slide around on the floor. Instead, if you push the towel away from the attached end, the backs, or tops, of your fingernails will keep the towel taut as you scratch. Hence, downward back nail skin stretch scratch, which I have learned while reading the comments, is called the rake. I feel, however, that this name is erroneous as a rake pulls leaves towards you, while the aforementioned scratching technique requires you to push the skin away from you in order to remain taut and not slide all over your jumblies. As such, I submit the term be changed to the reverse rake. Thank you. We look and feel more powerful in a suit, even if you don't like dressing up. Putting on a suit is the easiest way to exude confidence and power even if you don't really feel it. This only works if you get a suit that actually fits. Too many guys get suits too big for them. But I can't lift my arms over my head in this. It's too tight. When you wear a well-fitted suit, other people reach for high things for you. God bless never queuing for the toilet as long as women. Gaming is still socializing with friends. I am not just doing nothing. Parents, when was the last time you socialized? Me. We were on a raid yesterday. Parents, I mean the real life. Me. Does VR count? Parents, no. Me. Maybe high school. This is why I am glad my parents had oddish hobbies when I was little. My mom got offensive of mine when a family friend tried to shirk her duties and put them off on me. She has a raid, which requires 40 people to all be there, regularly, on time during a set schedule. She can't just not play because you don't feel like doing what you're here to do. Was so nice to hear. It makes being out of the house almost every weekend for most of my childhood totally worth it. Sometimes we like to be the little spoon. Boobs to the back is awesome. Also, not having to deal with the awkward and comfortable bottom arm. Do I put it under her neck, up a bit and under the pillow? I can usually get comfy enough for spoon time, but then she falls asleep like that, and I have to delicately unspoon ourselves, so I can get comfy for sleep. There's something primally satisfactory about peeing on something. When you are a man, the world is your toilet. That feeling where you are in a crowd of people and you need to readjust your balls. Duck that feeling. The high level of satisfaction when we successfully clean the stuck on poop from the toilet bowl with our piss stream. Or the satisfaction of taking a shit that is so solid it takes barely any wipes. Just me? Okay. A nod downwards is acknowledgement, a nod upwards is to get your attention. No, a downward nod is a greeting to a stranger, usually a curt, quick nod. An upward nod is a greeting for friends, usually a longer, more emphasized nod with upward eyebrow movement. You all just did both. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Stay scratching nodding. Get out my head, you witch. The Olay side eye is the best booty watching technique. Nah man, here's what you do. Step 1. See booty walking down the street. Step 2. Analyze the booty's trajectory. Where's that booty going? Step 3. Look at something that is in the booty's trajectory. That way the booty walks into your eyeline and you're not caught craning your neck to get a good look of that grade A booty. She veered off course, Captain. Regardless of political views, those Boy Scout leaders who destroyed those rare arc formations in the Grand Canyon a few years ago were total scumbags. Edit. Goblin Valley, not the Grand Canyon. Here's the vid. Edit 2. I keep getting DMs from one of those Reddit bot accounts. Please stop watching Reddit content on YouTube. It takes minimal effort to make and is just preying on viewers for ad revenue. Duck those guys. As someone from Utah, I'm so glad they got prosecuted, and it was Goblin Valley, Utah, not Arizona. That peeing with morning wood is a hassle. Edit. The fact that this is my top ever comment, and there are about a gazillion suggestions about ways to remedy this kind of proves my original point. Edit number 2. Everyone suggesting peeing in the shower/tub. EW. Edit number 3. As well, we all share the need to give our manly advice, though we all know good and well that we have all tried all of these things. Take my word for it, there will come a day when you miss these. This is top 10 saddest things I have ever read. Not that peeing indoors feels wrong, but peeing outdoors feels so right. Peeing indoors feels like it's what is expected of us, but peeing outdoors feels like that's what was intended for us. The chase ducking sucks. Playing hard to get is basically playing hard to want. Don't chase. I wish I'd have figured out how useless it was years ago. Don't play games with each other. Now if I am talking to a girl and she just doesn't respond to me, over text I mean, I don't even bother messaging her again till she replies. Not only does it not make you look like a psychopath, it actually lets you know if they're interested or not. Now, this is assuming whoever the guy is in this situation doesn't just suck at holding a conversation and the girl gets tired of the awkwardness and runs. We have all at some point in our lives made a mohawk with shampoo when showering, and a Hitler mustache when shaving, after which we quickly shave it off since it feels weird. Having a beautiful woman wash you with a loofah makes you feel like a god. Thank God we can pee standing up. You don't duck with another man's car. Unless you're a dragon. Nobody tries to miss the toilet. I've been to public bathrooms, so I'll have to disagree. The word mansplain needs to ducking die. I'm gonna tack on manspread as well. You women don't understand. Some guys do take it too far, but me sitting with my legs slightly apart is not manspreading just because women can sit with their legs touching without having their genitals being suffocated. Also, if you set your purse on an extra seat, not the one you are sitting on, and complain about manspreading, I will sit on that ducking purse. Boxer briefs are the best underwear. Leave a space between. Never take the middle one. Chrono Trigger is good music. That it's entirely possible to be thinking about nothing. Sometimes we just need to sit and be completely vacant. Avoid getting hit in the balls at all cost. Trying on trousers is the worst punishment known to humankind. Women make no sense, please just tell us what you want. No, it's fine. Women dropping hints will forever be mostly unnoticed. Itchy balls must be scratched, no matter the situation. Butts are nice. This is a true story about hot, delicious butts. A man dating 3 women and wanted to decide who to marry. He then gave them a test. He gave each woman $10,000 and observed what each did with the money. The first one did a total makeover, which included a fancy hairstyle, makeup and several new outfits. She then dressed up for the man and said, "I have done this to make myself more attractive to you because I love you so much." The man was impressed. The second woman went gift shopping for the man. She bought him a new smartphone, a Rolex watch and very flashy clothes. As she presented these gifts to him, she said, "I've spent all the money on you because I love you so much." The man was again impressed. The third one invested the money in the stock market. She earned $40,000 and gave him back his $10K. She then deposited the remainder in a joint account. She told him that she wanted to secure their future because she loved him so much. Obviously the man was very impressed. The man thought for a long time about what each woman had done with the money. In the end he married the one with the biggest butt. Ass hair sucks. Balding sucks. It's like a goddamn migration. It's pretty great getting your junk licked. You will tell your friend not to stick their dong in crazy, but when the time comes, you personally will stick your dong in crazy. Don't bang any of your homies' ex-girlfriends, unless they are over it and give permission. Bro code 101. Sometimes you'll take a dump and as it comes out think, is this what gay sex feels like? Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.